That should be good. Okay. Good morning. My name is Francia. Today's class is our Sunday Vinyasa, and we're actually going to start standing up today. Thanks, Mindy. Everyone got up real quick. All right, so we're going to start standing up today. We're going to begin with an easy, gentle movement of breath, grounding in a standing position. We normally do our grounding in a seated position. We're going to attempt to do it in a standing position today. So I'm going to face you guys, but feel free to face the top of your mat, or you can face me as well. We're going to bring our toes and heels together. We're going to engage the legs, draw them in towards each other. So creating that sense of balance through both feet, almost like you have one foot and one leg instead of 2 feet and 2 legs. And we draw the belly nice, lower belly drawing up and in towards the lower back. Make sure that you're not arching in your back, but instead a little bit of a tuck under, and then relax the glutes. So don't feel like you're squeezing through your butt, just let it relax, let it settle. Feel the soles of the feet onto the floor, let the chest and the rib cage lift. Feel expansion through the fronts of the collarbone, the shoulders, and nice rolling down of the shoulders as the arms kind of hang heavy by your sides. You can draw the palms so that they press against your thighs, but sometimes it just feels comfortable to let them hang. The top of the head reaches sky upward, so you feel like you're trying to lengthen through the crown of the head towards the sky. And then just take a few moments here, find one spot to look at. So we're going to start to connect with our drishti. And then start to gently observe the movement of your breath. Allow the inhale and the exhale. Slowly glide through the body without any resistance from the body, from the mind. If you start to feel like you're leaning one way or the other, just simply let your body sway. There's no need to stiffen any muscles. Let your neck feel long and extended. Feel the pinkies, the big toes, the heels rooting deeply down into your mat, into the floor, into the base of your house, into the foundation of the building you're in, and into the earth, rooting all the way down. Each inhale draws expansion into the body. Each exhale begins to soften the body. One more breath like that. Exhale fully. Good. And then with the next inhale breath, we're going to draw the palms together at the center of the heart. Just feel the palms touching against each other. You can have your fingers apart or together, thumbs pointing towards the chest, shoulders soft and elbows kind of just hang heavy. Take another deep breath. And see if you can exhale for twice the length of that breath you just drew in. Again, inhale. And exhale twice the length. One last time, breath in. Draw the exhale out, twice the length of the inhale breath. Beautiful. We'll take one more breath in for the sound of Om. So preparing for Om. Inhale to begin. Om. And exhale, slowly release the arms. We'll come to the top of your mat if you're not already there. So you have the rest of your mat behind you. Again, come back into that same position you were in. This time, inhale, raise the arms. Draw upward. Balance out through the soles of your feet. Bring the palms together, elbows towards each other, and gazing towards your thumbs, lift out of your hips. Lengthen the space between the rib cage and the hips. Engage into the legs slightly so you feel rooted. And exhale, gently fold. Now we do this first one, softening the knees, belly's drawing in. Let the hands release towards the floor, maybe next to your feet, or maybe slightly forward. Keep the knees bent for this first one. Keep drawing in through the belly, let the head hang heavy. Soften the shoulders, maybe a little wiggle here, moving us a little bit side to side. Keep the knees soft and try to press the palms down towards the floor. Another breath here, exhale. Now inhale, come to the fingertips. Lift the chest and see if you can straighten through your legs, stretching out through your hamstrings. Roll the shoulders back. Again, draw the lower belly deeply in as you lift your chin forward, lengthening the spine out of the hips. And then exhale, soften the knees. Plant the hands on the floor slightly forward of your feet and walk or step your feet backwards, coming into a high plank. Finding our high plank, we engage into the shoulders, keep drawing the lower belly in. Stay on your toes as you come forward. So you don't want to be back with the heels pressing back, but with the heels pressing almost forward. Lock the legs in place, strong shoulders protracted. Exhale, we can bring the knees down and hug the elbows towards the rib cage as we lower ourselves into plank. Inhale, coming to upward facing. Shoulders roll back for this first one. Let's keep the knees down on the floor. Let the hips sink down, a little sway or wiggle, lifting the chest, rolling the shoulders back. Just give yourself a moment here. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. Keep the legs naturally separated. Don't force them together and don't also spread them apart too far. And then exhale, tuck the toes under, lift up through the sacrum and tailbone, press the hips up and back. Find your downward facing dog. And once you connect here with your downward facing dog, you can change the distance between your hands and feet. Maybe a little wider, maybe a little narrower, depending on your body this morning. You want to create a kind of easy V or inverted V shape. So not too narrow, so you keep the weight distribution even between the hands and feet. The feet are hip width apart, parallel to each other. When you look at them, the heels are directly behind the toes. Hands are shoulder width apart, and the middle fingers are pointing straight forward. Fingers apart, pressing into the tips of the fingers. Rotate the shoulder blades away from each other towards the sides. Keep the lower belly drawn in. Keep the quads engaged, kneecaps lifted. Exhale. And then inhale, look forward between the hands. Let's walk the feet about halfway up the mat. This time the feet stay apart. Soften the knees once more. Let the ribcage rest on the thighs. And let's take our hanging forward fold. So again, here, maybe a little sway, side to side, feeling the stretch into the side body. You can start to maybe straighten one leg as the other one bends. Start to move your weight forward so that your hips, knees, and ankles are kind of stacked over each other. A little bit more weight to the toes. Let the arms hang heavy. Allow yourself a couple more breaths here. Settle into the sensations of the body. Don't sweat it if it's tough for you, if there's tightness in the hamstrings. Just be here one more breath. Exhale fully. As we release the arms, press them down into the floor. Inhale, lift halfway up. We'll go for a nice twist. So either right hand on a block or in the center line between your 2 feet. And then the left arm can open out to the side and we can bend into that right knee. Check in with the neck if it needs a little bit of movement to soften. Allow yourself that space. Reach and extend, open up the left side of the body. And exhale, release. We're going to go the other way. So the left hand takes the place of the right hand. The left knee softens as we open out. And again, move a little bit into the neck, into the shoulders. Keep that left knee bent. Keep the right leg engaged. Moving forward a bit. Find your weight into the balls of your feet and into your left hand. Reach the right fingertips. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Check in with your neck once more. Make sure that you're not feeling too much tightness. And then exhale, slowly release. Back to our hanging forward fold. Let it go. Notice if here you're able to find a little bit more reach or stretch into the backs of your legs. maybe the tailbone can lift and the knees can straighten a bit more. Next exhale, release the arms, bring them forward, palms together. Walk the feet to the top of your mat, toes and heels touch. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, see if you can fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Press into the legs and feet. Belly's drawn in tight. Arms up and extend, gazing up towards the thumbs. Engage into the front body here as you lengthen out of your rib cage. And exhale, arms down by your sides. Good. Moving on. Inhale, arms up. Gazing up, same as before. Find length in the body. Exhale, take your fold. Hands next to the feet. Head softens. You can also use blocks here if your hands don't quite reach. Soften the shoulders. Let yourself release. Inhale, lift halfway, creating space and extension. Exhale, softly bend the knees. Plant the hands slightly forward of the feet. Again, walk the feet back. Find your high plank. Weight forward to the hands. You're on your toes. Shoulder blades protracted, belly deeply drawn in, engage your core. Exhale, bring the knees down. Hug the elbows towards the hips and sides of your body. Inhale, press up. This time, if you wanted to try, you can press into the tops of the feet. So the knees come off the floor. You're gonna still drop the hips down, reach the toes back, open the chest, shoulders back, and just gaze forward, upward facing. Try not to feel like a pinching sensation in your lower back here. If you do, let the knees come down and allow yourself to create some more space there. It's almost like you want to lengthen out of your sacrum, reaching to the top of the head. And then exhale, curl over the toes, elevate the hips, and move yourself back, facing down. Let's stay here for a little bit, reaching the chest towards the thighs. And you can move the head here side to side if that feels good. You can bend and move into your legs and hips. Just take your down dog however your body needs it. Maybe pressing a little bit more chest towards thighs or coming a little bit forward to round the back and tuck the tailbone. Just playing with whatever your body needs this morning. Let's do one more deep breath. Full exhale breath. And then inhale, look forward, walk the feet about halfway up the mat. This time we're going to come into a squat. So separate your feet so that the toes point out, heels stay in. And exhale, lower your hips down. You can move side to side, keeping your hands planted until you find your hips, giving you the ability to settle in the middle. Once you're in the middle, you can elevate your hands and bring them into prayer position. So now we're in our squat pose. Soften the shoulders. Press down through the toes. Ideally, you want your toes a little bit more parallel to each other. Mine are quite wide. It's because my hips are not quite open today or ever, really. But if you can get your toes to point a little bit more forward, it'll definitely give you some more challenge. Let's close the eyes for a moment. Keep your sense of balance. This posture, amazing for helping us release any extra weight around the abdomen. Incredible for our hips, our ankles. A wonderful pose for concentration. As everything happens, try not to let yourself sink, but lift out of your sits bones, out of your sacrum. And exhale, slowly bring the hands down towards the floor, round yourself forward and see if you can round your back a little bit. Now it's possible that the elbows can actually touch the mat. For me, they don't quite get there. So I'm just gonna get my palms down and imagine like my forearms have a magnetic hole that reaches them down towards the floor. Here you can relax your belly. So don't keep drawing in the belly here. Let it be softened, Buddha belly, relax it completely. Soften the shoulders, tuck the chin in, round the back like you would in cat pose. Maybe you'll feel a little deeper stretch in the ankles or the feet or the Even the Achilles tendon here can really start to get targeted. If the elbows touch down, awesome. Be there for a few more breaths. If they're hovering, awesome. Be there just a few more breaths. And slowly inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, bring the weight forward to the hands, lift the hips up, and walk the feet in about parallel to each other. Take another easy hanging forward fold, let the back round or lengthen however your body needs here. One thing you want to avoid is locking out your legs and then keeping yourself up here. So this is not a good place to be. Allow yourself to kind of bend the knees and get yourself a little lower. So you can even come into like this half squat position. This is a much more productive place to be in your body than would be to be way up here. So allow yourself to find that space. I'll give you a few more breaths to connect with it. And if you need more time and you like this pose, feel free to hang out a little longer, even after I say cue to come out. No worries, you're not gonna upset me if you decide to do something different. Allow your body to lead you and guide you through your practice. One more exhale. And then if you wish, release the arms, lift the chest halfway. You can come to your fingertips. Exhale there. Softly bend the knees, plant the hands forward, walk the feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, softly release. Inhale, rise up. Strong legs and arms, everything up, ribcage lifted, long torso. Exhale, arms down by your side. Good. All right, so now we're going to work a little bit on balancing now that the body's feeling nice and warm. Come to about the middle of your mat for this next posture. We're going to take the right leg up and balance on the left leg. I know that some of you guys need a wall or a chair, so you feel free to come near it, but we're going to move into this with the vinyasa. So from here, right knee is up. We're going to extend the right arm and back and the left arm forward. So we're still trying to find balance here as we rotate through the torso. Reach and lengthen. Now inhale, everything comes up to center. Stay balanced if you can. If the foot comes down, no worries. And then exhale, release the arms back, release the right leg back. Find your warrior three. Inhale, come back up to center, arms lengthen and elevate. Again, open out to the sides. Inhale, back up to center, stay grounded. Exhale, bring that right leg down to the floor, just like a pyramid, a little bit of distance between the legs. And then exhale, slide your arms forward. They can rest the fingertips on the floor, or you can extend them back behind you, bringing your chest down, shoulder blades back, reaching the fingertips up and back, thumbs forward. Inhale, everything rises. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So left leg comes up. Open the arms out to the sides. Find your balance, rotating and twisting. Inhale, everything comes up again. And lengthen up. Exhale, find your warrior three. Stay balanced on your right leg. You can keep the knee soft. As you reach forward, the left leg reaches back and up. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, back to your twist. Inhale, back to center. Extend that leg, bring it down. Find a little bit, I'm running out of mat here, but that's okay. A little bit of a space between the left and the right foot. And exhale, reach everything forward. Fingertips can come to the floor, or again, you can reach those arms back to find a stretch. The arms are apart, your fingers are like reaching back and up. Chin down, chest towards your shin. And inhale, everything comes up. Exhale, feet together, arms down by your sides. Good. So let's do that one more time. Maybe we should start at the back of the mat so we don't run out of mat when we come to the front. Let's try. Inhale, arms up, leg up. Find balance here. We're going to try to see if we can Really connect with the breath here. Exhale, open out to the side. Right arm back, left arm forward, gazing towards right thumb. Inhale, everything up and extended. Exhale, reach back, warrior three. Arms, I'm hitting the wall. Arms, leg, come all the way back. Lengthen strongly, chin forward. Inhale, everything up and extend. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back to center. See if you can extend the right leg this time. Keep it lifted. Exhale, lower the right foot down, weight forward. Open up your left heel a bit. And then exhale again. Slide the arms forward, let them rest. Don't bring weights to your hands, just your fingertips touch. Strong leg. Left hip forward, right hip back. Or you can extend your arms back and see if you can dip a little lower. Inhale, everything rises up. And we switch to the other leg. The left leg comes up. Finding balance, strong right leg. Open it up and twist. This time, left arm up, right arm forward, looking towards the left thumb. Inhale, back to center, stay balanced. Exhale, find your three leg, or find your warrior three. Try to get yourself parallel to the floor. Strong balancing leg. Inhale, everything back up. Open up to the side once more. Exhaling. Inhaling, coming back to center. Now keep the arms up. See if you can straighten left leg. Both legs straight. Lift and reach. Exhale, left leg down. Bring a little bit of weight forward. Open up that right toe. Exhale, come all the way down. Keep your weight balanced between the feet. And either fingertips on the floor or arms up. Release and extend. Left hip back, right hip forward. Inhale, everything comes up again. And exhale, Samasthiti, or arms down by your sides. Beautiful work. All right. Now we're going to make our way down to the floor. So back to the top of the mat. Inhale, bend the knees. Utkatasana. Palms together, gazing at thumbs, bellies drawn in. Exhale, take your fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, just the right foot steps back. Big step back. Bring the right knee down. Relax the right toes. Anjayanasana. Inhale, arms up. Find your kneeling crescent lunge. Hips forward and down, shoulders back. You can dip a little bit into a back bend here if that feels good. Just try to find opening in your right hip. Exhale, take your right hand to the inside of the foot. Left hand to your lower back. Find a little rotation. Looking towards the left shoulder. And you can extend the left arm back, not up, but back towards the back wall. Keep dropping the right hip. Exhale there. Release left hand. Press your weight back. And then see if you can find a little fold here with your left leg straight. Inhale, lift up and forward. Back into your lunge. Right leg tucks under. Straighten the right leg. Stay here for another breath. You can have both hands on the inside of that left foot or one hand on either side of the left foot. Now, from here, you're going to press into your hands. So you're going to push the floor with your hands. Slide the left foot back until you're on your toe. And then lift the toe up. Engage your core. Exhale, high plank. Hold there. 1, 2, 3. Strong shoulders. 4. Belly drawn in. 5. Exhale, take your chaturanga from your knees or from your toes. You choose. Inhale, come to upward facing. Keeping the knees down or letting them come up. Your choice. Shoulders back, lift the chest. You can also do cobra pose here if upward facing is not in the cards for you today. Exhale, downward face. And settle in here a couple of breaths. Let the shoulders soften. Connect back with your deep breathing here. This is your opportunity to resettle down, calming the nervous system, preparing for the other side. Next inhale breath, we look forward, and this time the right foot's gonna step forward between the hands, all the way forward. Get yourself a nice long lunge, and then the left knee comes down, release the toes, settle yourself here. Inhale, come into Anjaneyasana. Arms up, hips forward and down. You can decide here if you want to just dip the hips, find your opening here, or if you want to go into a little bit more of a back bend. Doesn't have to be the most extreme version of this posture. It just has to feel right in your body. Don't tense through your shoulders. Keep the hips moving down and center towards that right heel. And then exhale, release the hands down. Take the left hand to the inside of the right foot. Right hand comes to the lower back. And we look back over the right shoulder. Still, the hips keep moving down and forward. Point the toe of the left foot. And you can, if you like, extend the right arm straight back so that your left toes and right fingertips are pointing in the same direction. And exhale, slowly release. Right hand down and moving the weight back. Straightening the right leg. Inhale and exhale. See if you can fold. See if there's room for you to come forward and down. Try to keep pressing the right toes down. Stretching to the top of the right foot. The back of the right leg. Inhale, lift the head. Slide the right knee bent, and then tuck the left toe under. Find your more lifted lunge here. Hands can be on the inside of the right foot or on either side of the right foot. Just connect here with what you find. Strong arms here. Don't let yourself just bring all of that weight to that right foot. Keep the left leg equally engaged. Now, we're going to push a little bit more into the arms. And then slide that right foot back till you're on your toe. See if you can hover. Exhale, bring it back. Stay here for 5. 1, shoulders over your wrists. 2, flatten out your back here. 3, so don't stick the butt up in the air. Lower it down, belly in, engage your core. 4, and 5. Take your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Open up to the chest, shoulders softly here. Exhale, downward facing. And connect here with breath. Let it go. Settling into what you find. Releasing tension and tightness. Before we come down to the floor, we'll do a nice twist here in down dog. So walk your feet in a bit, walk your hands in a bit so you feel a little bit more stable. Bring weight to the left hand, right hand to the left ankle, and twist. And the more this necklace, it keeps getting in my face. As you open up, you're gonna look underneath the left armpit, twisting the body, drawing the lower belly in, strong left arm. Exhale, release, right hand down. Find down dog once more. Notice the difference between the two sides, and then we'll take the other side. Left hand to right ankle, twisting through. Using that left arm as leverage to pull the left side of your body center. Right side of your body up, looking up from underneath the right armpit. Strong right arm, belly's drawn in. Steady your breathing. And inhale, back to downward facing dog. A couple more breaths here. All right, exhale fully. We're going to go ahead and jump forward to seated. So look forward to the hands. You might want to separate your hands a bit just to give you enough room to bring your body through. And then we're going to kind of walk the feet back a little bit, get a little momentum, bend the knees, draw into the belly, keep looking forward to your thumbs, and take right foot behind left wrist, left foot behind right wrist. Stay strong here in your hover, and then start to slide. One foot at a time, wiggle, wiggle. Right leg extends, left leg extends, and release it down. Very nice. All right, so from this seated position, Dandasana, we're going to be here a little longer than usual. So settle in. If your arms don't straighten, it's okay to keep them bent. Just don't collapse. Think about lifting rib cage away from the hips, chest up towards the sky. Crown of the head, everything up, extending straight up. The legs are nice and rooted down. If you're not able to straighten your legs, maybe elevating the hips a bit or softening the knees a little bit. Focus more primarily on the torso. If the hands can come down and they can straighten with the shoulders moved back, then try that. Keep the feet flexed, and we're going to be here just a few more breaths. So connect with the depth of the inhale, the length of the exhale. Your quadriceps are contracted, the kneecaps are pulling back, the calves are pressing down and so are the heels. Toes are moving towards you. There's this feeling of tightness or tension throughout the whole body. The body is tense here, holding this posture. But at the same time, you want to soften things you don't need to tense, like for example, your jaw, your mouth, your face muscles. Those can be relaxed. Even your eyes, take your drishti down towards the tip of the nose, keep the chin parallel. Keep lengthening out of the torso. The longer we stay, the easier it is to collapse. And the easier it is to let the body just surrender to gravity. So see if you can stay within the effort a little bit longer. Easy breathing. Okay, guys, one more breath. And exhale fully. We're going to lean forward. I'm going to try to go for those big toes. If the big toes are not accessible, no worries. Grab a strap or grab your ankles, whatever you can reach. Inhale, lengthen the torso. And then instead of coming down with a perfectly flat back, we're going to try to just let ourselves come down with whatever kind of back our body finds. You may find yourself rounding quite a bit here. Let it happen. Let the head relax. If you have a block nearby that you can put on your shins so you can bring your forehead to the block, that might feel really good. Let your neck and head soften, no tension there. Even though you're holding on to the toes, you're not truly pulling. You're just kind of holding on and maintaining that length, that space. After a while, if you feel like the block is kind of hindering you from going any deeper, then you can move it out of the way. Simply bring your forehead towards your shin. Let the shoulders move back and down away from the ears and soften your back muscles here. Try not to tense up, but relax the shoulders down. Relax all the muscles around in the back and around the spine. Legs are working hard here. Let them be. They're strong. They can work. And inhale. You're going to lift the head. Find length in your spine. Find stretch. Release the toes. Inhale. Come up. Same pose that we started with. The arms are extended up towards the sky. Keep the legs engaged. Open out to the side, just like we did standing, looking over left fingertips. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, other side. Twist through the body. Doing nice twists today. Inhale, back up to center. Then exhale, release the arms down. All right, so hopefully now that you've folded forward, you're able to sit a little bit more comfortable in this position. If it's still difficult, remember elevating the hips or softening the knees a bit is going to help. We're going to take the right foot to the left big toe. We're going to grab that big toe. If you cannot grab a big toe, you can use a strap, or you can grab your ankle or your pant leg, whatever you can reach. As you grab that big toe, move that right heel forward. So you'll see that the right heel actually pushes a little bit forward of your left heel. Now we're going to reach the left arm back, and we're going to try to find balance here. Point through the left toe. Once you're balanced, look over left hand. 1, turning and twisting to the torso. 2, steadying the breath. 3, keep working. 4, a little bit of balance here. Right leg is nice and engaged. 5, exhale, lower that left leg down. Bring the left arm forward. Take another forward fold. Release it. just gentle. You can hold on to the ankles or just your hands on either sides of your legs, or you can even grab your feet. Okay, we're going to prepare for the other side. So inhale, lift halfway. Grab a hold of the right toe with your left fingertips. We're going to lean ourselves back as we reach the right arm, lift the right leg. You can point both toes, but I like to keep the left one flexed as I point the right one. It helps with the mind as well. So the brain has to really kind of compute that the two parts of your body are doing two different things. So left foot flexed, right foot pointed, you know, any variation that feels good. 3, keep reaching and rotating, finding balance. 4, the left leg is grounded down. 5, exhale. First the leg lowers, then the arm comes forward, and once more, forward fold. Inhale, slowly lift the head. Exhale there, release. Good. Crossing the feet. Notice which foot you have in front or which foot you have behind. Let the knees come down to the floor and just allow yourself to be in a comfortable cross-legged position. There's this slight tilt forward so that you're on the fronts of your sits bones, not tucked under with the knees up. But the more you can bring those knees down, the better. And then from here, walking the hands forward. If the butt elevates off the floor, that's fine. Just don't let it lift too much. And keep it way down, almost like there's somebody pushing a little bit into your sacrum, lowering the butt down. And then we just reach, whatever level is comfortable for you. Maybe the forehead can come down. If the forehead comes down to the floor, maybe the chin can come down or the tip of the nose. Relax the shoulders, keep the weight heavy in the butt so that it stays down towards the mat. It can lift a little bit, just not a whole lot. Keep yourself rooted down. So it's like child's pose with a cross-legged. One more breath, inhale. And exhale fully. Inhale, lift the head, look forward, walking the hands in, find yourself upright once more, and let's take our twists. Right hand, left knee, left hand to the floor, look over left shoulder. If you don't need the left fingertips down on the mat for leverage, you can again extend that left arm back and look towards the left thumb. And exhale, slowly release. We'll twist the other way now. So left hand to right knee, right hand can come behind you so that the fingertips can serve as a little bit of leverage to find your twist. If you no longer need the right hand on the floor, reach it back, look towards right thumb. And exhale, release right arm, coming back to center. Switch the direction of the feet, and we'll do the other side. So the other foot comes in front. We do the slight tilt forward. As soon as we settle the legs, slight tilt forward to bring the knees down to the floor. Then draw up and in through the belly so that the torso feels long and start to make your way down. So we start to descend with intention, with kindness in our hearts for our bodies and for our mind. Allow the breath to guide you deeper and deeper into the posture. And again, don't judge if one side is a lot tighter than the other, or if you feel like one side is just feels nice and the other side feels ugh. That happens. We don't judge it, we just observe it and notice it, and we're okay either way. As we soften the shoulders, maybe the forehead can come down to the floor. That could be a possibility for you. If it's not, let it hang, let it be heavy. Keep the butt down, lengthen yourself away from the hips. So really stretch those fingertips forward, really lengthening your body. See what happens, see where you are today. steadying your breath. Next inhale breath, we're gonna lift the head up. Keep lengthening the torso. Exhale, walking the hands in, nice and gentle to upright. We'll bring left hand to right knee. Right hand this time can either stay on the fingertips just like before. It can extend back just like before, or I'll give you the option to do a half bind, reaching. If you're gonna do the half bind, you gotta turn the right shoulder inward. So internal rotation of the shoulder, thumb points down. And then you can start to bend the elbow and bring the back of the hand towards the left rib or the left kidney. At that point, you can kind of wiggle to find your thigh. And then there you are in your half bind. Looking over right shoulder, using the left arm as your leverage point on this version. And then exhale, first release the bind, extend the arm, bring the fingertips down, and come back to center. Nice. Other side. Right hand to left knee, left fingertips on the floor. First, find your rotation. Settle into what you feel. And then you can decide which version you want to try this time, reaching that left arm back. If you are going to try the version of the bind, all we need to start with first is just dipping the left thumb down. So this creates internal rotation of the left shoulder. Now we can start to move the hand back as we bend the elbow, and the back of the left hand comes to the right kidney or the right rib cage. Now, once the hand is there, it's just a matter of wiggling so that the fingertips can find the thigh, using the right arm as leverage, and finding your twist with a nice half bind. Settle into your breath, never forcing anything. Even if you got into the bind, but it doesn't feel right, you can always go back to something else. Modify as you need to. And then we're gonna exhale. If you have the bind, release the bind. Reach the arm back to find rotation once more. Exhale, release the fingertips. Release the right hand and bring yourself back to the middle. Beautiful. Let's release the legs. Extend them forward, but this time in a V shape. So the legs are out, wide, definitely wider than your mat. You want your legs out pretty wide, like you're making a V shape with your legs. And then from here, hands forward. We're gonna lean forward. Maybe the elbows can come down. Imagine the collarbone is pulling you in that forward and front direction. So you really want to feel that extension out of the torso. And then we're going to add the arms, just like we did in the first two versions of this with the legs crossed. Reach through the arms, reach, 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 extend, 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 extend. Let your forehead come down towards the mat. It may not come down right away. Be patient. Just because it doesn't come down right away doesn't mean it can't. We allow the breath to relax the muscles of the groin, the muscles in and around the hips. We keep the feet flexed, the toes pointed up towards the ceiling. And as our body gives us the green light, we allow ourselves lower and lower and lower until maybe the forehead comes down. And if the forehead does come down, we want to change it so that the chin can come down to the floor. One day the chin, the chest, the shoulders, everything can come down. Even the armpits can come down to the floor. One day. Don't worry about it if it's not this day. Now, if you've gone as far as you can go with either the nose, the chin, or the forehead to the floor, then we're going to slide the arms out and just grab a hold of the feet. And just stay here for a few more breaths. Keep the quadriceps contracted, keep the feet flexed. It's going to help protect the knee. Don't pull with the arms, move the shoulders away from the chest, away from the inhale, slowly lift halfway. Take a moment here. Use your arms to help support you here. Draw in through the belly, and slowly we come back up. All right. Last one before we lay down on the back. We're going to try to lift the legs up. Now, I know this is hard, but we're going to try. Point the toes, engage your quadriceps, and just use momentum to lean back, lift the legs, and see if you can find your feet. It might take you a couple of tries. Once you have your feet, point the toes once more, lift the chest just like you would in Navasana. Shoulders back and down, Open the legs super wide, so they're not together, they're very wide apart, wider than your shoulders, much wider. Your arms are almost like barely reaching your feet. And then you can look up towards the ceiling. Balancing here in the space between the sits bones and the sacrum. Belly's drawn in. Steadying with your breath. And exhale, gaze forward, bend the knees, let them come in, feet on the floor. Give yourself a nice rounded hug, let all of that go. Press to the middle back, shoulders down. And inhale, head up. Allow yourself enough space so that you can lay all the way down onto your back. I like to turn around, and for me, traditionally, the head always goes to wherever the sun rises, or wherever usually the teacher would be, is at the top of the mat. So we give the head to the teacher, not the feet. So that's why I always turn around. But you're at home, you can do whatever feels good for you. Now we're going to take a nice constructive resting pose, feet apart, knees together. You can let your hands rest at your belly, or one hand at the belly, one hand at the heart. Or both hands at the heart, wherever your hands need to be, wherever they feel good. Relax into the shoulders. Calm the breath. And slowly with the next inhale, we'll separate the feet. We're going to take a constructive resting pose. Now we're up, legs up the wall. So you can use the block here to elevate your hips slightly at the lowest level. Place it right directly underneath your sacrum. Then take your legs up. I like this version of legs up the wall just because it gives a little bit more of an inversion benefit wherever the heart is, above the head. This creates inversion. The legs are up, the hips are slightly elevated above the heart even. So there's this sense of being upside down. You can let your arms relax by your sides, your shoulders soften. This is the most accessible and inclusive inversion that I can think of. I know it's appropriate for children, for pregnant women, for the elderly, and it just feels delicious. So let's be here for a few more breaths. Don't fight with this gentle swaying that happens within the body as soon as we close the eyes and we let go of the tension or the fight or the effort. And the body starts to kind of settle into itself. And usually that looks like swaying or softening. Take a swallow, let the tongue go limp in the back of the throat. And gently with the next in breath, let's start to add a little bit of movement to the toes and fingers. The hands, the feet, the wrists and ankles start to move and rotate. Maybe you can do an internal and external rotation of the legs by moving them, toes pointing out, toes pointing in, and then mirroring that in your arms, thumbs out, thumbs in. You can start to kind of move into this little bit of small rotation of the hips and shoulders. And then as we exhale, we start to lower the legs, the feet down, let the knees stay still, pointing up towards the ceiling. Just take a couple of breaths there. There's this change that happens within the feet. The blood comes rushing back down, creating some tingling or some change in temperature. And then let the feet come down to the floor, taking a moment there. We'll do a supported bridge pose next. So you can stay with the block if you already have it underneath your sacrum. You can stay there and just lift your arms up overhead and be in this very gentle supported bridge. If you want a little bit more lift, you can take the block to the next level up. And in the same way, settle the sacrum. The feet should be directly underneath the knees, so not tucked underneath you and not extended away from you, but more so kind of parallel down by the knees. And then you can extend the arms overhead the same way. The arms overhead just helps you open up the rib cage a little bit more, stretch through the abdomen. Lastly, if you wanted to add even more height, you're welcome to do that by coming onto the toes, pressing the hips up, and then taking the block to its highest level. We call it the tower position. So once it's there, actually my teacher Kino calls it the tower position, and I just follow what she calls it. And you can bring your feet down to the floor. Once the feet are down, you're going to feel a nice opening in the fronts of the hips, but maybe you felt that already without lifting the block so high. And then from here, again, relax the shoulders, let the arms come overhead. You won't maybe not feel as much of an opening to the rib cage with the block in this highest level, but you'll feel more in the hip flexors and in the psoas. One last option here, if you wish, regardless of what position your block is in, you might want to try and slide your legs out. They may or may not straighten. It's okay if they don't. But if you slide them out, you can keep them about parallel to each other, hip width. It takes effort to draw the legs in. They're going to want to splay out. So use your muscles here in your legs and your mental strength to move those legs in towards each other and keep lengthening until you can find that right place for you. We'll just be here maybe 5 total counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, steady and calm, no fight, no force. 5, if your legs are extended and your arms are extended, first bring the arms down, walk the feet in, come back to the original position with the block at whatever level you settled with or you decided to go with. Just stay here for a couple more breaths after having the legs and arms extended, just to let the back relax. And then to come out, you're going to tuck onto your toes, elevate the hips, and you can move the block out of the way. Start to lower down all the way to the floor. Once you're down, bring the knees into the chest, and let's give our backs that nice, gentle massage. Moving side to side, forward and back. We'll do a nice happy baby here to even out the body. So open the knees wide, hands inside the knees. See if you can grab the pinky edge sides of your feet. So really try to connect here. If you can't get that far, just the big toes are fine, or even the ankles are a good place to grab. From here, elevate the heels. Draw the knees down on either sides of the body. Keep the feet flexed. And then take a little side to side or front and back. It's really good on my back muscles, especially the left side. There's some tightness there. Sometimes I find like little knots in different parts of my body when I do these things. And I start kind of rolling them out. Like I feel something on my left side and I can just start to kind of make little circles around it to relax it. And then you can come back to center. You can continue to the other side, or you can just find stillness. A few more breaths here. With the next exhale, slowly lowering the heels down towards the hips. Release the feet, bring the knees in towards each other. Take a moment here, lengthen through the head and see if you can find your Shavasana. Legs extended, arms down, palms up. Feet flop open to the sides. Let your hips, your thighs, your abdomen, everything kind of in the center aspect of your body from pubic and pelvis all the way to the chest and shoulders. Just find release. The limbs are completely relaxed. No tension here in the hands, feet, wrists, ankles, forearms, lower legs, knees or elbows, hips or shoulders, thighs or upper arms. Everything is completely relaxed. You can close your eyes, taking your drishti inward now, and finding a sense of ease. Finding a sense of connection. Reminding ourselves that no matter how difficult life can get, we can always come back here. This is home, back to our home. Our bodies, our island of our bodies, the island that is our body. Our breath, the wind that moves through this island. And as we're ready to come out of our Shavasana, if you feel ready, if you're feeling good right now and you just want to stay, you can just ignore everything else I say from here on out. Just stay in your Shavasana. If you're ready to come out, you can start wiggling the toes and the fingers, moving the arms and the legs, wrists and the ankles. And we're going to use our bodies to roll over onto the side here. It could be the right side, it could be the left side. Traditionally, we roll onto the right. And we let the bottom arm extend, the head can rest on the arm. We stay here for a few breaths, letting our bodies acclimate to the change. And then with the next inhale, we'll press into that top arm, slide ourselves up to seated, taking our time. Coming into an easy cross-legged position or a half lotus or full lotus, whatever your body needs here. Sitting nice and upright, fully aware of our surroundings, fully aware of the internal landscape of the body. And then with the next exhale breath, we'll draw the palms together at the center of the heart. And we'll prepare to seal our practice with one sound Om. Inhale to begin. May we feel protected and safe. May we feel contented and pleased. May our physical bodies support us with health and with strength. And may our lives unfold smoothly with ease. Namaste.